Yeah, and guys, I interviewed someone who knows that answer. And you know what? If there are so many different filters and all that stuff, so let's talk about one of the best ways to filter your water. Now, again, there are plenty on the market, but with so many options, you may be wondering, what is the best way to filter your water? Well, we spoke to an expert at Culligan, from Culligan of Greater Virginia, just to find out that answer. Filtering your water. There are many reasons you should filter your water.
For the average homeowner, they want to know, is it removing lead and different contaminants that they're worried about, chlorine, taste and odors, aesthetics.
Andrew Whalen is the general manager of Culligan of Greater Virginia. And while many of us have refrigerator filters, he says they may not be best.
Most of them are certified for basically aesthetics.
Whalen says one of the best ways to filter your water is reverse osmosis.
It's a filtration method. It's basically forcing water through a membrane.
It cleanses the water of not only contaminants, but pharmaceuticals. And a quick search online shows a reverse osmosis water filtration system could cost you anywhere from $100 to $1,000, and it's actually installed under your sink.